Good afternoon. It's March 28th, 2025, and today we had another move down. Here's the 2700 tick chart, but let's take a look at the daily chart. So you see here we have the daily chart and this channel I drew yesterday. You can see there was some hesitation by the bears here along this potential level of support, but I'm guessing once it closed a doji, uh, a lot of bears loaded up, and you can see we're making a move down. So I think that the market is trying to test this level down here. Um, we'll just have to wait and see what happens, though. So back to the 2700 tick chart. This is the range I've been looking at. This range here. So when it broke out to the low side, you can't go short right away, but you can see we broke out, came back, tested it, uh, tried to go lower again, came back, tested it, and then the third time we tested it, and you could honestly you could go short right here. You could consider it. Third time we came and tested it, we made a lower high, back to the EMA, tried to go up again, and failed. So these are lower highs, and that's what you want to be keeping in mind. And so I think that's a solid place to go short. Now, we do hit this measure move and bounce, and you get a second entry short that pretty much confirms this trend line. I can understand why someone would hesitate if they have this measured move drawn. I didn't have the measured move drawn, so I was like very adamant about going short there. However, it is a breakout pullback of this price level, and yeah, so you can see, let me draw a line. It's a breakout pullback, and in fact, it doesn't even test that level. So that's that's a very reasonable place to go short. And from there, it's off to the races. Very, very nice move down. And it looks like price is just trying to break below this level of support, and they fail to do so. And you do get a second entry short off the EMA. That's definitely a sell. High probability for a scalp. I would recommend going for a new low. Maybe when you get this sideways stuff, just take your profits. It's hard to take profits, though. I mean, such a strong move down, and then you get this bear reversal bar. But we end up going sideways for a bit, pulls back to this price level, and forms a lower high. Uh, I think you can go short there, but it's aggressive because of this level of support. And, then you get technically a failed second entry long. Again, aggressive because you're going into support, but it's below the EMA, and I think the EMA in a when you get a strong move down like that, the EMA holds a lot of weight. So you might get a little nervous when it starts to reverse, but it ends up going down. At least hold for a measured move here. It breaks below that, and it's late in the trend. For whatever reason, this didn't have an extremely convincing feel after this, convincing that we're going lower. Even though, I mean, there's the EMA is still holding, so don't go long. But for some reason over here, it just wasn't like this move. I wasn't convinced. I mean, there's a little bit of overlap, but then you get one, two, and a third push up and a nice bear bar, and I like that. We're in this bull channel. It just had the feel of a trap. Um, and we're just going sideways. And that's where we're at. I marked this. Technically, it's a second entry short. Maybe you enter on a limit order because you're in the middle of the range. But yeah, that's the last entry. Then this one's very aggressive because you already know that you're in a range now. So you want to enter with a limit order up here, not a stop order below that. So there's one last look at it. One thing to consider, or keep in mind, I should say, is the weekly chart. And look at how bearish this bar looks. So tomorrow, the bulls are gonna try and get another doji, which probably the bulls will probably try and get us to close around the open of last week's bar, 56.80. So that's possible. And the bears are going to try and keep it low. Let's take a look at the monthly chart because tomorrow's the last day of the month, and you have a big bear bar here. So um, my guess, let's look at where 56.80 is. I think that's what I said, 56.80. So yeah, I mean we could close a little higher. 56.60 to 80 is still going to make this a nice strong bear bar. Uh, so just think about that. There's one last look at the weekly chart, one last look at the daily chart, and there's the 2700 tick chart. So I hope everyone had a good day. It's actually Friday, so today's the last day of Monday. We have Monday, which is the 31st. That'll be the last day of the month. So hope everyone has a good weekend. I'll be back Monday.